San Francisco adopts a UBI for musicians. I'll tell you why it's cool, and I'll also tell you why it's not, right now. What's up, everybody? My name is Jacob Deaton, otherwise known as Sweet Deat, and I'm so glad you found my channel. At this channel, you learn everything there is to know in the music business regards to finance or strategy or just overall guitar lessons too. From time to time, we talk about everything, even current events like today. So if you want to be in the know as to what's going on in the music industry at all times, click the like button and consider becoming a subscriber. I'd love to have you around for future episodes. On tap today, we have a millennial favorite, UBI, but this time it's just for musicians, just to help them kind of get moving along in the San Francisco area. Interesting topic. I'll tell you what I think about it right now. Mayor Breed just announced in San Francisco that they're instituting a $1,000 UBI for artists and creatives that live in the city. Now, UBI is not something that's uncommon. It's kind of becoming more frequent of a topic to speak about. People like Andrew Yang have been advocating for it for several years now, and even goes way farther back than that. But the San Francisco mayor has really put her foot down on this one, and it looks like it's going to go through, and it looks like it's going to happen for about 130 or so musicians in the San Francisco area. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are really in favor of this move, and there's a lot of people who think it's a total waste of money or maybe just not the best use of funds in this particular time. But let's talk about the pluses and the minuses of both, shall we? I think the good is pretty obvious in this situation. 130 artists are going to get $1,000 a month at the start of next year for a period of months, if not an entire year. Who knows? I feel like once you start going down this rabbit hole, when does it end? But that seems to be the culture there. And some of the people and some of the artists that are in that community are not happy about this because obviously San Francisco has more than 130 artists. And how do you go about choosing the artists that you want to fund this particular way? What makes an artist worthy of $1,000 versus an artist that's not worth $1,000? So some of the major criticism off the bat has been because it's not a broad-based program. It's not something that's equal for all that have claimed taxes as being an artist or a musician over the past year or more. Michael Tanner, a senior fellow at the Cato Institute, says that it even could be used for political agenda reasons. Let's face it, what politician doesn't do everything for a political agenda reason? But whatever. He argues that the true, real benefit of a UBI should be, like I said before, universal and all fair across the board. And it just kind of seems like he's not in favor of the whole idea of it being 130 artists that's plucked for this benefit. Max Genus, I hope I'm saying his name right, is a little bit more excited about the future of this UBI program. And he simply says that, yes, this is sort of like a pilot thing. 130 people are going to get it now, but maybe this expands in the future. He also makes the point that the UBI that these 130 artists are going to be getting is universally allowed to be spent on anything. So you don't have to just spend it on, say, food if you were to get food stamps, etc. Get it? That said, both people who are in favor of this idea or not so in favor of this idea all agree that how do you select 130 musicians or artists to get this type of benefit and leave everybody else behind in the beginning without sort of ruffling the feathers or upsetting anyone? But I think it gets back to the whole idea of, the pandemic has totally wrecked us and we're all without work right now. And basically anything that we can get from the government is definitely a help. But also too, what sort of long-term ramifications come with continuing to reach to the government for support. I guess it's that long standing debate. How much government do you want in your life? And are you willing to wait it out for all this to turn around to keep going back to work? Or is it something that you really want that money from the government now to help you out? Either way, it's an interesting idea. And I like interesting ideas. I like ideas that make me think and think about the future and think about what an artist's life could evolve into being. UBI is popular with some people and some people it's not. I'm really anxious to hear what you have to say, so make sure you leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of this idea of choosing a select amount of artists for a pilot program to sort of see if this UBI thing works. Another interesting thought about the whole process is taking this UBI, does it help or hurt you if you're trying to buy a house or trying to advance in life and you need to show income? Is this UBI going to hurt you in making those larger purchases, or is it going to be viewed negatively by the people who loan money for you to do bigger and better things with your artistic career? Essentially, is it viewed sort of like welfare, or is it viewed as just like a grant program that, doesn't show up so negatively on your tax returns? Also, if this ends up being a great thing for artists, how does that fit into the mold of art being separate from government and politics and having a unique role and voice in expressing opinions about either the political climate or the way the country's going or any of that type of stuff? Does it start to blur the lines too much to where art is now influenced politically by the dollar bill that's being paid to them monthly? As I said before, I really like ideas that make me think. I really like ideas that make me ponder the future, and this is definitely one of them. So make sure you leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of UBI and this whole San Francisco situation. How would you do it if you did it? Would you do it? Would you accept it? Tell me what you think. You've got to be kidding me, right? You think I'd forget about the artist of the day? Not so fast, my friend. Today's artist of the day is Jesse Fisher, and he just released this brand new record called Resilience that's really, really awesome, making a lot of waves online. And he's been doing this interview series too, talking with some of the artists that played on the record as well as other people and how they showed resilience in their own artistic careers. He's a really great guy to get to know. His catalog with Soul Cycle, a band that he used to have for years and years, and may still have, I'm not sure. They've been doing a lot of great work, like I said, for years. And Jesse's a super creative dude. He seems to have his hand on the pulse of everything that's happening in New York City. So make sure you go check out Jesse Fisher this week. And while you're thinking about clicking on that Jesse Fisher link that I have below, you should just go ahead and click that like button and consider becoming a subscriber. If you're watching this long, you obviously like the video, so become a subscriber. Tell somebody that's not subscribed, tell them to subscribe, and let's make the world a more informed musical place, shall we? Until next time, I'm Sweet Deat, and make sure you check out my new website, www.sweetdeat.com. Learn about me, learn about the history of me, learn about what I'm doing and what I'm offering to the community for free. Okay, for real this time. I'll see you later. Bye.